I'm glad you brought up about oneness, I like that about your work. You kind of reinforce that we don't have to go to a forest and meditate to be able to do this work, and we can still live in like oneness and a kingdom of we. Can you elaborate more on that?
Absolutely.
What does it mean to be like one together in this, especially during these times where...
Especially during these times, because isn't it, you know, that Chinese proverb or curse, may you live in interesting times? Here we are, you know. But what I see is, as far as these times go, for me, my sense is a lot of the stuff that's occurring around the world right now is so that the people who truly have a capacity to make a different choice for themselves, that will actually, because we're all together on the planet, will make a different choice for our world, it's demanding that they wake up. They can no longer go, oh no, I'll get to it next year. You know, I'll choose some more consciousness next year. I think I got time. Now they're looking going, shit, I better do something because the world's gonna fall apart if I don't. You know, which I think is actually a gift in a lot of ways. But back to this oneness and kingdom of we conversation, my favorite way of describing oneness is where you're aware of yourself as the drop in the ocean while simultaneously being aware of yourself as the whole ocean. Simultaneously, you can hold both of those concepts in your world simultaneously. And if we had that, if we actually recognize that this is truly who we are, our birthright, if you will, you know, that this is actually true for us, then we would start looking at the world from a different place. Because right now, most people in the world are functioning from what I call the kingdom of me, which is, it's all about me. I better get mine before you get yours, because there's only so much. And rather than contributing to you, I will pretend to contribute to you while trying to get whatever I can from you. That's the kingdom of me. That's where so many people and so many different organizations, et cetera, are functioning but it's all based on lack and need. Would an infinite being truly have any lack? No, of course not. Would they have any need? No, they wouldn't have that either. Which is why I say we're so far from that. It's like even talking about it spins people's heads because they're like, oh yeah, infinite being. Yeah, right. No, it's actually true. And so rather than this kingdom of me, which is where you and I are separate, I've got my kingdom of me, you have your kingdom of me, what I would like to bring into the conversation is this idea that we are oneness. We're not just a drop in the ocean, separate, but we are the ocean together. And every element on the planet, every molecule has consciousness. So all of our molecules are already part of this oneness thing. It's just our points of view that separate it. And so what I would like to see is this kingdom of we, which is where everyone is included in our awareness, everyone is included in our choices, everyone is included in the creation of our future together, and we realize we're not separate, we're not alone, we're not wrong, we're not right, but we have an immense amount of choices available to us if we would receive the contribution that all of the elements of the kingdom of we, consciousness, oneness, they're all sort of synonymous. If we would receive the contribution that all of those elements are, we would have a completely different world with so much more peace, with so much more ease, with so much more joy, with so much more caring. But we keep acting like I'm alone over here in my kingdom of me, you're alone over there in your... So if we actually recognized and got the gift that it could be to function from this kingdom of we, there'd be a totally different way that we would function in the world. And one of the beautiful things that's really interesting to me is, because at the time of this filming, we're here in San Francisco where the fires are going all throughout Napa Valley and just, man, tons of them. That's one thing. And I just had my house flooded the first floor of the house flooded in Hurricane Harvey. And then we had Irma, and then we had Maria. It's like, whew, there have been a lot of interesting natural events that have been occurring. And we've had, earthquakes in Mexico. But one of the things that's so encouraging to me is, Texas is not known for its people coming together on a day-by-day basis. There's a lot of separation based on all kinds of things that we use to separate in this world, which is totally the kingdom of me. Okay, so like every element of racism, sexism, moneyism, every element of prejudice is the kingdom of me in action. But what I saw in Hurricane Harvey was it didn't matter what color you were, it didn't matter how poor, how rich, everybody came together to contribute to everybody else. That, I wish it didn't take a natural event like that to bring us together. It's something we could choose all the time. And if you went and spoke to some of the people that were formerly, let's say formerly racist as an example, that went and saved people of another color and talked to them after that, and how was that for you? Like, wow, I can't believe I have been functioning this way for so long in this kingdom of me. It's so much greater to be the kingdom of we. And the thing about this and so many of the other conversations that we could have about possibilities is we keep looking at, wow, that would be theoretically wonderful, but what it really is about is the quality of our life in living right now. We have been sold by spiritual traditions and churches for tens of thousands of years that it's not about you living your life right now. What it's really about is the afterlife. My point of view, pardon my language, I hope I can say this on your show, fuck that shit. That is absolute bullshit. The idea that we're not supposed to live right now as great as we can because there's something greater after. Yeah, there's probably a lot of things that will occur after this lifetime. You probably have a lot of other lifetimes, at least, from my point of view. But to say that you shouldn't have and be every element of kindness and caring and generosity and connection and joy and possibilities and have everything you desire and contribute to other people having everything they desire in this lifetime is absolutely ridiculous. And so there's so many concepts and constructs that we just take for granted in this world that we don't even realize are running our lives. And one of the other things I love about Access is those start to go away. So for example, if you're working on, we've sort of gone all over the map on things you can work on: family, money, body, relationship, whatever. But let's say you're working on your relationship and you really would like to, let's say you have an enjoyable other and you'd like to make it greater. Well, a lot of the things that are limiting your points of view, limiting what is available in that relationship, are this baggage that you're carrying behind you that are all these points of view that are inherent to this reality that you don't even realize that you're carrying with you because you're a part of this reality. Well, okay, but what happens is, and one of the things I love about using these tools like the clearing statement and asking questions as another one, is that as you start, so let's say you're there, you really want to work on your stuff about relationships. So you start heading in that direction using the tools specifically for that. Well, at the same time, you're offloading all of these other points of view that you've been carrying with you that prevent ease with money, that prevent ease with your body, that prevent ease with your family, that prevent ease of creation. So it's this double whammy where as we undo these fixed points of view in whatever area we're trying to change, we also undo all these other fixed points of view that are really what's limiting us from having the life that we desire. And so it truly is possible to really enjoy being alive and to create whatever you desire and then have that grow into creating something even greater pretty much every single day. 17 years ago when I came to Access, it's like I couldn't afford rent. And my chiropractic office was so small. Nobody here can see what I'm pointing at, but it was tiny. And I couldn't afford rent easily on that and my house. It's like I kept struggling every month. And so one of the things I wanted to change was money and receiving. And it's like what I started realizing was it was the way that I had created my life based on the points of view that I had from my family that I was still carrying with me, based on the points of view that I had from my friends that I was still carrying with me, based on the points of view that I had from girlfriends that I was still carrying with me. And as they started to change, I started enjoying my life to a degree that I didn't think you could. And then it just keeps getting greater. But this is what I see with most of the people who use these tools. They start to enjoy their life more, and then it gets better and better and better. And one of the great tools you can use in Access Consciousness, we have this question: how does it get any better than this? You want to ask it when something good happens or when something bad happens. Because when something bad happens, it can get better. When something good happens, it can get even better than it just got if you'll ask the question, rather than going, oh, thank you, I got it. Go, thank you so much, how does it get any better than this?